Hey, greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on He Spoke Fashion. Listen, I am your host, Daylon Thomas, and this evening I would like to share my expertise in the fashion industry, drawing from over 20 years of experience in this industry. And I will discuss a specific clothing item for women that is particularly effective in, get this, guys, attracting black men. Now, guys, listen, if you're not interested in attracting male attention, feel free to continue scrolling. However, if you are a woman curious about why you may not be drawing the black men you desire, that's key. Or, guys, if you're a man just seeking professional guidance on perhaps persuading your partner to refresh her wardrobe, I invite you to continue watching. Now, guys, first and foremost, I must acknowledge the elephant in the room. Now, many of you may be questioning why a man would even attempt to offer insights into women's fashion. And I understand that this is a valid inquiry. However, I would like to point out that many of your beloved styles that we admire today were in fact conceived by men. I'm going to prove it. First of all, let's consider designers such as Demna, all right? Now, if you are familiar with him, and maybe some of you who are not, Demna was formerly of Balenciaga, and his tenure was characterized by bold, conceptual designs that challenge conventional fashion norms. Now, he is set to become the incoming artistic director for Gucci in July of this year. Now, additionally, we have Joseph Altazara. Now, this young man was the French-American designer who founded his label in 2008, focusing on luxury women's ready-to-wear. Then there is Haider Ackerman, who is now at Tom Ford. Now, Ackerman has also made waves with his debut collection, which has garnered attention for its sophisticated and sensual designs. Let's watch. All right, now those wonderful designs there, but lastly, there's Matteo Blasi. Now, this young man began his tenure as artistic director, in April, again, of this year, 2025, he began his tenure as artistic director at Chanel. Now, he took the reins after the legendary Karl Lagerfeld in itself. Now, previously, he worked with Bottega Veneta and will now oversee all fashion, couture, and accessories at Chanel. Let's watch. All right, all right. Now, guys, these influential men illustrate that the realm of women's fashion is enriched by diverse perspectives, regardless of gender. And for those of you who may not look to these brands and find brands like Fashion Nova, or you find brands even like Shein to be more fitting. Now, although Fashion Nova has not publicly disclosed a specific individual holding the title of creative director, the brand, known for its rapid production cycles and trend-driven designs, often collaborates with various influencers and celebrities to curate collections, which we all know that many of those are in fact men. Now, as of May 28th, 2025, several male designers are making significant contributions to women's fashion, and that's even happening today. And they blend innovation with cultural narratives. Now, guys, this, I hope, addresses the perception that although my expertise may not be as widely recognized, it should affirm that my insights hold equal value to those of my male counterparts in the field of creative design. Moving on. Now, guys, I want to say this. I approve that message. Now on to our topic of discussion, where we will reveal why this clothing item for women is sure to attract black men. I know you guys want to get right into it, so we're going to get into it. But before we proceed, AB, please share our disclaimer. Now, guys, at He Spoke Fashion, our mission is to provide insights and guidance rooted in our expertise in both retail and fashion, with the goal of progressively uplifting the image of the black community and beyond. Now, guys, we recognize that there may be moments when our perspectives and advice are not received positively. However, our intent is always to inspire and empower rather than to offend. Now, if you are a fashion enthusiast who is eager to engage in meaningful discussions, we invite you to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. You can do that for free, and we will assure you that you will find it to be a rewarding experience. Let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic at hand emerges from discussions I've had with several single female colleagues and even friends. And many of them have expressed their frustrations regarding outfit choices for outings with friends or attending events alone. Now, while they often believe they are selecting attire that will attract male attention, they frequently find themselves overlooked. Now, guys, listen. If this resonates with you, take heart. You are certainly not alone in this experience. Now, trends play a significant role in our fashion choices, yet cultural trends can sometimes do more harm than good. Now, when our goal is to garner male interest. And what I mean by this is that just because a particular trend may flatter one individual does not necessarily imply it will be equally suitable for you. Now, allow me to go deeper. Black women, like all people, are not a monolith, and fashion choices vary based on region, culture, class, generation, and even personal expression. However, we can examine certain trends that spark debate within the community, especially when they are perceived as misaligned with core values like self-respect, cultural pride, or authenticity. For instance, guys, one trend that has been critically discussed is the sexualized aesthetic, often inspired by social media, celebrity culture, and guys, even fast fashion, like Fashion Nova. Now, guys, this look can include extreme body con outfits, then surgically enhanced silhouettes, BBLs. And also, guys, this one in particular, heavy makeup. Let's watch. No? You don't believe me? Heavy makeup, yes. Just, yes. I'm telling you, the heavy makeup, which is provocative styling that some argue plays into harmful stereotypes of about black femininity and objectification. And guys, you won't even believe this, but many believe that, again, that this bonnet debate, this particular aesthetic, is a misrepresentation of black women. Over-sexualization of black women, guys, has roots in slavery and media representation. Now, some argue that embracing this aesthetic, it reinforces damaging tropes like, the Jezebel. You don't believe me? But many in the black community uphold values like dignity, modesty, and respectability, not as a way to appease, get this, white standards, but to preserve self-worth and cultural pride. Now, this is a consideration that many black men weigh when deciding whether to pursue a woman for marriage, and most of us want that, or whether to pursue them for a casual relationship. Now, it is important to recognize the distinction between the two intentions. Now, I would like to pose the following question, and I want you guys to hear me. I want to pose this following question to the men. Does a woman's attire impact your perception of her as potential marriage material? Now we are not shallow enough to think that a woman's attire is all that is used to determine marriage material, but certainly, if you agree with this, it does play a part. Guys, I want to hear from you in the chat. I want to hear your response to this question. Does a woman's attire influence your perception of her as a potential candidate for marriage? I want to hear from you. And guys, you know what? That is why it's important to remember that personal style is an expression of who you are. Now, rather than focusing solely on trends, I want you to consider what makes you feel powerful and authentic. Now, this understanding is particularly relevant when addressing the attraction of black men. Now, while many may not prioritize appealing to black men in this day of dating outside of your race and instead choose to dress for themselves, it is important to acknowledge the perspective of those who are single and have explored various shopping avenues, both online and in the brick and mortar stores, but they yet still find themselves seeking attention that eludes them. Now, this advice is intended for you. So let's get to it. Now, from my expert opinion, I believe that this clothing item, drum roll please, AB. Let's watch. All right. You seen it. Sundresses, ladies and gentlemen. This item is going to change things for you. It's going to get you the attention that you so desire and that has been escaping you from the men that you desire. All right. So let's read a few comments here, AB. Let's read a few comments. This comment says, a sundress on a black queen will do it every single time. I will agree with you. I will agree with that commenter. This other commenter says, well, let me start my sundress shopping. I don't know. You get to it before it's too late. Let's read another comment. One final comment here says, oh my gosh. No, seriously. every time I see a black woman in a sundress, I'm like, oh my blank God. All right. Now, that young lady in that picture seemed like she was not of our persuasion, but yet she says when she sees a black woman in a sundress, she just goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what she said. She said, oh my F God. That's what she said. I didn't say it. But listen, some of you may be unwilling thus far to accept my recommendations. So, guys, let me tell you a story in hopes that it will help. Story time, music, AB. Yeah. All right. Now, guys, for the sake of remaining anonymous, as I often do while I tell my stories, I want to change the name of the characters in this story. So Kiana was a vibrant young black woman in her mid-20s living in Atlanta. Now, known for her bold style and curvy figure, she often dressed in tight crop tops, ripped jeans, and outfits that drew attention. And she was used to turning heads, but the kind of attention she got didn't always feel good. The stares felt more like consumption than admiration, and the conversations with men rarely went beyond the surface. Now, one weekend, while visiting her grandmother in Savannah, she came across old photos of the women in her family, elegant, radiant, and fully dressed in flowing sundresses. Her grandmother said something that stuck with her, which was, baby, beauty that whispers lasts longer than beauty that shouts. Now, inspired, Kiana decided to try something new. She picked up a few modest sundresses, ones that were soft floral, cinched at the waist and gracefully flowing just below the knee. Now, the fabric skimmed her figure instead of gripping it. And that weekend at a black-owned jazz lounge, the response was instant but different. Guys, several black men approached her, but with compliments on her style, compliments on her smile, compliments on her energy. And one even said, "You look like someone I want to take seriously." Now that was the shift. She hadn't heard or hidden herself. She had simply presented her worth differently. And black men, they noticed. Yes, the black men noticed her because she had changed something about her. Now, guys, the moral of the story is this. Sometimes, the more you cover, the more they uncover your depth, your elegance, and your true beauty. Now, if your summer wardrobe aligns with your personal style, this or this. Now, I fully support your choices and am confident you will carry them well. However, if your goal is to attract the right black man, sis, I encourage you to consider my suggestion. Now, as the saying goes, if you desire something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Now, guys, we must also remember fashion is not just about following trends. It's about creating a narrative that tells your story. Moreover, remember that attracting attention is not solely about appearance. All right? Now, family, listen, we have now come to the end of the show, and I appreciate you for continuing to rock with He Spoke Fashion. I really enjoyed you all, and I hope that you enjoy this show as well. If you like this content, please do me a favor and hit the like button and share this with someone else. Now, let me know what you think about this topic in the comments, all right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more thing, just one more thing I would like to ask of you. All right? I want to extend an invitation for you to subscribe to my new channel where we will have a fantastic time and engage in interactive participation. Now, you have expressed interest and we have responded to your request. Here's what I would like you to do. Please email me a photo of you in your favorite Gucci attire. Can someone say Gucci? Gucci! I said it. Listen, for a chance to win prizes, including cash awards and all sorts of things, all month long, I will be looking at my Gucci because it's about that time. Now, additionally, you may have the opportunity, guys, to join me on the show to showcase your sense of fashion. Now, the email address, again, is displayed on the screen. All right? I want to hear from you. Now, let's take a moment to revisit our commercial. If you would, AB, please. Let's roll.
Fashion at a distance. Oh yeah. Distance. Oh yeah.
Retro, trendy, vintage, classic fashion instant.
Sexy, savage, vixen, not only to mention. Oh yeah.
Fashion at a distance.
All right. See you next time. Hope you will be back to join us again. That's all I have. Let's go. See ya.